Welcome to episode 2 of Fictional Fridays, and we have a lot to discuss. I'm going to cover the big information, which will be about Age of Wonders 4 towards the end, but I want to get through a few things first. So, the first things I want to go through is Sky Oblivion. So, I will play that now because I want to go over a trailer. So, let me know what you think about the trailer. I'm going to do a little reaction. Let's get into it. Okay, now I'm going to watch the Elder Scroll Sky Oblivion release year announcement trailer. This is a fan project, so this release is going to be free. All you need is Skyrim Special Edition, and you're going to need the Oblivion game as well, which I think is like $15 now for the Game of the Year edition. This is GameSpot covering it, so you probably already seen it, but let's watch.
My blades have failed. The Empire. She is in chaos.
I like how they indicated the Dark Brotherhood on this. You probably didn't see it because you have the hand and stuff like that, Dark Brotherhood. So we're gonna have the Dark Brotherhood in here. That's good. I haven't played Oblivion, so if all of this stuff sounds obvious, then just understand I have not played Oblivion. I started with Skyrim.
At the turning of the era, the ruby throne sits empty. The enemy have arrived.
This is what I'm excited about the most. Oblivion. Going to Oblivion. Because you can't go to Oblivion in Skyrim. From what I understand. I know, where's the camera? There's the camera. I thought the camera was here, but the camera's there. So, you can't go into Oblivion in Skyrim from what I understand. That's from what I understand. I know you have Sovngarde and stuff like that, but I like the Dremora. I like the Daedric Princes. I need to find more information. Of course, I learned by doing first. That's the easiest way I learned. But then I learned more by reading and stuff like that. So I probably should read more of the books in Skyrim. When I do my next play of Skyrim, I will read the books more so I can know more about the backstory, especially of the Daedric Princes, because I like the idea. I love conjuration. I love summoning Dremora, stuff like that. So I'm excited about this. And in Elder Kings 2, if you play as one of the Dremora in the Daedra, you can travel.
Act quickly.
Okay.
Take up arms and close shut the marble jaws of Oblivion.
I don't understand that Minotaur. I've not seen. I guess this is a Cyrodiil thing. They don't have Minotaurs in Skyrim. Now I have played Elder Scrolls Legends, so I do remember this one, the Spider Daedra thing. I forget. Is it Invasion Daedra? Anyway, I remember the ability. I don't remember the name. The ability is when you destroy Hellfroom counter, you invade. So I know her ability, or its ability.
Find my son. He alone can determine the fate of the Empire.
I wonder if your mission is to actually find the son of the Emperor. I'm guessing that's who's narrating.
Of Cyrodiil.
I like the designs. The water looks good. I love the sound of how that hit sounds so satisfying. So here's the thing. They have all these big DLC. I know Enderal does its completely own thing, and I think they improved on certain aspects like the Inquisitive Soul Gems, make sure the souls go to the proper soul gems. But I hope that they incorporate other mods, like it's not just an additional like Skyrim Special Edition regular playthrough. I hope they like actually improve on things in the sense that a big thing is Inquisitive Soul Gems. Make the soul gems go into the right place. I remember in base Skyrim where you have pity souls taking up my grand soul gem. That was the dumbest thing ever. I don't know why they did it like that. Why? I know, honestly, realistically, it could be like, okay, yo, you could put a petty soul in grand soul gem. It was like, if you're gonna do that, Bethesda, I know the game was made in 2011, a long time ago, but if you could have done that, you could have made it at least give us an option, like in a menu or something like that, where you can control where your character. Sure, this happens realistically, but then second, you can be all like, okay, but your character know how to make sure they go into the right soul gem or something like that. So give us an option, stuff like that. I think that would have been a nice balance where you can basically edit the AI. I'm curious to see what they do. Oh yeah, specifically for that sound. There's a mod called Dynamic Impact, so the impacts and stuff like matter in the game. It's something I just found. I haven't played it yet. Of course, I'm just talking. I'm just talking about stuff. Wait. What was that? Was that a? It couldn't have been a dragon priest. Couldn't have been that. Is that the thing that popped up, or is this just a different undead? Let's see. I think that's the thing that popped up. So is this some type of Draugr? All of this stuff was in the original game, so I don't know. What I do hope is that they made the improve the combat. That's it. Fast forward. Fast forward. There it is. 2025. Great. So we're done watching this. I really hope that they improve the combat and made it more like because from the mods I've seen Sekiro combat, make it more like just make it more like Elden Ring. Give dodge mechanics, give blocking, parrying, and stuff like that. I've seen some crazy things which you do. Please, or just do your own animations. I think they. I don't want to say it, but hopefully, if you're watching this, please edit the animations. Do not like make it base vanilla Skyrim combat. Make it more dynamic because all that old school combat where you're just swinging like a retard, it's like sure you can block, swing, block, swing, block. But you're just blocking and blocking does nothing. You're still taking the same amount of damage. It's like you don't get the parrying. Where's the real? Make it more realistic. Make it more dynamic. That would be great. But anyway, that's it for watching this. As you can see, Sky Oblivion is coming out in 2025. Now, I was thinking that for my final playthrough of Skyrim, I would play it when Sky Oblivion comes out, but it comes out in 2025, so that's too long to wait. Number one. Number two, Sky Oblivion is going to be taking place in the entire land of Oblivion, which is just Cyrodiil and all that stuff. You can go to Oblivion. So that's like its own playthrough in and of itself. The mod team says that you'll be able to access Skyrim as well, but play it as it's meant to be played, meaning character starts in Cyrodiil. I'm guessing you're going to have an option of where they go through. So it's like I could play Skyrim, have one character, which will be the main characters for this channel little playthrough, which I've come up with a name. I used ChatGPT to give me some ideas. I'm not going to reveal his name yet because he's first going to debut in Age of Wonders 4. So if you're interested in knowing our character or channel mascot, I don't want to use mascot. That makes him seem like an animal or something, but hopefully you'll enjoy the idea behind him because ChatGPT did give some wonderful backgrounds for his name and what his mean. I'm going to read all of that eventually. But I'm excited for Sky Oblivion. That's going to open up an opportunity for an entirely different character in Cyrodiil, so I can do both. And going into Sky Oblivion, I'm very upset. Well, I'm not very upset, but kind of disappointed. Like, I played Enderal to scratch that Skyrim itch, but it's like, if you go back and play it, if you've seen the playthrough, then you understand. Of course, maybe I have it on a more difficult option, but and then he talks about tactics in the game if you really want to survive in higher difficulties, but the combat is just like in Skyrim, it's outdated. Now, I haven't played the Dark Souls series. I played like a little bit of Dark Souls. I haven't played Dark Souls 2. Haven't played Dark Souls 3. I do need to play Elden Ring. But you can't dodge in Skyrim. You can block and stuff like that. Maybe I'm just not good at blocking. But with Skyrim, you can have mods that enable the dodging and stuff like that. Mainly the mods are focused on, well, it is PC, and it's better if you play on a mouse if you're used to it. So the controller controls is kind of like janky, but that's not the problem. The problem is base Enderal, which is based off of Skyrim Special Edition, like, it doesn't have the dodging mechanics. And I'm pretty sure you could mod it, but it's easier because I use Vortex. Vortex is the new thing. It's easier if you could just go into Vortex and do it. Maybe I'm missing something, but it's like, and then the leveling up, like, I understand, I kind of like the leveling up by experience. It's like old school RPG. Like, you go up with experience, not like Skyrim mechanic where you just level up based on skill. I really do love the Skyrim mechanic because I feel like that's more realistic. I'm assuming. Maybe that's just me. So I'm going to give Enderal a few more episodes, probably anywhere between 1 and 3 more episodes. Because I'm not going to decrease the difficulty because I believe adept is equal to normal difficulty. I think that's what it's supposed to be. Like in the realm of very easy, easy, normal, hard, very hard, and then nightmare difficulty. So it's like, maybe I just need to get good or something. But it's like the combat. The combat, you make the enemies tougher. So I'm really just swinging more. So it's more like, it's not like the game is more fun that way. It's more like it's just there. I can't dodge. And blocking, I can't block to prevent all the damage. So I'm just wasting my time. But I'll try some more, and then they're all. I'm just disappointed with that. I'm really excited. I don't know why I'm saying excited, like the game has come out. Pathfinder Kingmaker. I'm excited for Wrath of the Righteous to see what they're doing because you have control over a crusade instead of like an entire kingdom. So you're managing that while adventuring. I like this. Like, they did so well. I'm pretty sure, I think they're called Owlcat Games. I haven't looked really into their backstory yet as far as the game designers, not as much as I did with Age of Wonders 4 and knowing about Paradox Interactive. But this opens up so many doors for other opportunities because I'm just thinking, because I haven't played Crusader Kings 3 yet. That's probably going to be after Wrath of the Righteous, play through that, and then start a new series on that. But you pretty much made a good mechanic for managing stuff. Of course, it's not as detailed as Crusader Kings 3, but you found a perfect blend of being able to have your character, you're role playing your character. You can go into the field, have that tactical combat or even real time combat if you prefer to play on that. Or, I don't know, I said tactical, turn based combat or real time combat. Still tactical. But anyway, so you have that, but you also have the management part. Of course, there's time between events, but that's realistic. Like it takes time to complete goals and stuff like that. And you made it more video gaming where you have them do this stuff. They're off doing these missions, but you can still use them in your main party. I feel like that was great because realism says that they're not in the party, but gameplay, making it game and enjoyable, is that you can still use your favorite party members. So that's great. I'm just thinking in Crusader Kings 3, if that was implemented, so now I have the perfect blend. Because in Crusader Kings 3, I think, from what I've seen for the videos that I've watched, gameplay videos, people like that, the weakest link is the combat. But it's not about that. It's more about kingdom management and stuff like that. But I feel like Owlcat Games proved that you can have the management and stuff like that, but also have your character, your king, your queen, your whatever, but you still can go in there and do some battles, have that tactical combat. I'm excited about that. That's going into the next part because tours and tournaments comes out on May the 11th. Still haven't played the game. Still haven't played the game, but I'm excited because now it adds more role playing and you're adding more of that character feel to this overarching game because I'm into role playing games. If you haven't noticed by the state of the channel, I know. See, I like the blend. I love strategy games. I fell in love with strategy games. Really, I really played Civilization 5 before StarCraft 2, but StarCraft 2 is like real time strategy. That's the game that I love it. When I think strategy, that's when I fell in love with. I started doing research. That was the first game that I actually started researching stuff, watching gameplay videos, because you have to get better if you're playing online and stuff like that. So that was amazing. I don't know why I brought up that, but I brought it up for the strict point that they're combining stuff. So I love role playing games, if you haven't noticed, for the channel, but I like when they blend the concepts of games that I like. So I like how they blend the concept of strategy and role playing with Crusader Kings 3. I noticed they did that with Planetfall 2 because you have the heroes, especially in the campaign, because you're doing missions, then you have that, and then you have your hero. You can upgrade them, get different skills and stuff like that. Age of Wonders 4 is closer to the role-playing aspect with the strategy stuff because now you have those pop-up events and stuff like that. I don't remember which game first introduced this because I know it was Crusader Kings that introduced this. If you know, let me know in the comments. Let me know. I'm trying to figure out which game started this stuff. So I'm really excited that they have the strategy, but I'm still the king or queen or whoever, and I still have my character, and I'm still doing these smaller tasks. So I'm not just building a kingdom, and I'm excited to where that takes games in the future, like World Civilization 7 go with it. Which path will they choose? Because I'll say they continue to do better because Civilization 6 over Civilization 5 is like, I love how they do the cities, the districts, and stuff like that. Now with Civilization 6, smarter AI, don't just give them buffs and make it the difficulty where it's just stupid. And battle during longer games, when you get in a late game, you have all these units, maybe you could be more streamlined, but that's going into a different tangent. Another part for tours and tournament, I'm excited to see where it goes with these two main mods that I plan on playing. Elder Kings 2 is already out. Elder Kings 2, which is the reason I got Crusader Kings 3. I don't intend on playing base Crusader Kings 3 unless I find like a reason for the game to do like a city. If I want to do like I did with Civilization and did like Ukraine versus Russia, if I want to make some type of channel or video series based on that. That would be interesting. I don't even know if they have. I don't know. Because it's old school back in the day. I don't think. I'm pretty sure Russia was still existing back then. I don't think Ukraine was a country all the way back then. You know, my history. My history is not as good as others might be. But anyway, Elder Kings 2. The reason why I got that is because I love Elder Scrolls and I wanted to play that. So I'm excited for tours and tournaments with that. I'm pretty sure they're going to have to update the Elder Kings mod. So I'll probably, well, it's great. I'm not playing it until I finish Wrath of the Righteous, which won't be until, because I'm still a Kingmaker. And I don't even think I'm halfway done. I think I'm still in Act 2 because I just found out about the Lamashtu code. So anyway, so I think April, May, June, it might be July until I finish that. We'll see. But the point of the matter is they'll probably have to update that, but now it's more role playing. So now you have more role playing aspects. You're still the king or queen, whoever you're playing as, of your kingdom, your lands, but now you can go off on your own adventure. I'm excited to see how they update that for Elder Kings 2. And then A Realm of Thrones. I know with A Realm of Thrones, I'm pretty sure that they have different Game of Thrones mod, but I think Realm of Thrones is the big one. And pretty much you can play Game of Thrones. It was already looking good. They're already implementing new mechanics, especially with the wall and how that works, because the wall is different and their interaction with the wildlings is different. And I'm pretty sure they have White Walkers too. So I want to see how that tours and tournaments, how they implement that and how they update with the Realm of Thrones, because it fits. It fits. That's why A Realm of Thrones is great, because Game of Thrones, like, if I have not played the Telltale's Game of Thrones because they did make one. I don't know if I'm gonna go back and play it. Maybe I might get that itch because I need to get caught up on the Game of Thrones series. It finished, and then I want to watch House of the Dragon. I have a lot of things to do, a lot of media and stuff to cover. But whenever I get into that phase and start getting that itch, then I might look at Telltale's game. But for Crusader Kings 3, Game of Thrones, perfect mashup. So that's exciting. Good stuff with Crusader Kings 3. And then now we can talk about Age of Wonders. So, Age of Wonders Fall, that's what I'm playing right now. Great game. Campaigns, it's not like a normal game. Not like normal campaigns. Each campaign is a world map mission. So that's pretty much, each campaign is a civilization playthrough. Just think of it like that. But you're trying to do objectives. You don't always have to have a domination victory, which I found out last episode, where I was thinking that I'll have to find the Neoplexus or whatever the device was called and beat her. But only had to do, I'm guessing I only had to do either or, because as soon as I found the Neoplexus, then it moved on and I got the victory condition. So I built up this entire army, get ready to fight her for no reason. So I can finish that mission on them, bro. But it's fun if you want a lot of hours for just one game. This is base game. Like, I made, how many episodes? 14? And then some of the episodes go like 17, not 17 hours. I don't know where I got 17 hours from. And go like 7 or 8 hours. Of course, I probably should have made it, the videos. But I wanted to complete each mission in like one episode. But anyway, so it's a long campaign for the base game. Then I have the DLC to play as well. So I'm glad about that. And the story. I haven't read too much on the backstory. I do know that this one person who talked about how the Kirko could be like shadow demons, because it's based on the Age of Wonders universe, which I don't see. I have to read the backstory and find out how, because they don't talk about it in the campaign, so they might have some pre-books or some other resources, but I'm all like, where are the elves? Where are the halflings? You have the dwarves, Devar. Where do these Kirko come from? Where did these Amazons come from? Where did the Assembly come from? I'm like, so why is it based on Age of Wonders universe? And then I need to figure out what year it is. like how many years it's passed. So I'm excited to get into that because I feel like now when Age of Wonders 4 comes out, they built like some interesting characters, interesting races with Age of Wonders Planetfall. So I don't think it's gonna turn out like Civilization Beyond Earth, where it's just civilization trying to get into the sci-fi space and nothing new has been created, no new story and stuff like that. Um, that's one of the issues with, I guess, Civilization is like when you do those spin-offs, you're not really creating a new IP in the sense of something that's interesting, can stand on its own, versus Age of Wonders, Planetfall, where you're creating new characters, creating new races, creating an entire world which you can revisit. If you know what I mean, if you know what I'm trying to get at. So you can revisit Planetfall. So I believe that Planetfall 2, no brainer, it can come out. Especially when Age of Wonders 4 comes out, because some big things that they have improved on. From what I see, it comes out May 2nd. I think I already pre ordered. So we're definitely going to play that first day it comes out. I'm deciding between streaming it and just recording it. I'll probably stream for the first day and then see how that goes. If it doesn't go well enough, if people don't care, I'll just record it. If people rather me stream it, then I'll stream it. It's just easier to record it because I can just do it whenever. When I stream it, I have to set up, make sure everything, no distractions are gonna pop up. But I'm excited about that. And then we'll get into diplomacy and stuff like that for Age of Wonders 4. But with Planetfall and Age of Wonders 4, they have improved on the production. So now, that's one of the issues that I always face in Age of Wonders Planetfall, why each episode takes so long. Because I'm naturally just, I want to build the economy, then build units, which is pretty much how you do in StarCraft 2 with Zerg. You build, saturate your bases. Of course, you do some scouting to see if they come, but the goal is get two bases full saturation, start building units, have a third base building on the side. That's how you do Zerg. With Planetfall, if I want to make units, which of course you can't just make units like that, in Zerg and StarCraft, you can just make units like that because you have a lot. Can't do that with Planetfall, so you have to decide when to make units. Now you're not building. Now you're falling behind on economy, or build economy, but you're not building units. Then you die. Period. With Age of Wonders 4, they fixed that because now you have draft, and you can make units. And build buildings. So you have your stuff to build buildings, and you can create units. So you can keep on doing that. You can just keep on war, fight. So I'm excited to see how that goes. Or maybe I can actually, maybe it makes the game faster. I don't know. Or maybe it just does nothing. We'll see. So they can bring that over into Planetfall 2. Make it more role playing and stuff like that. Have the events. So Age of Wonders Planetfall 2. It's coming out. I don't know when, but I'm excited about that. That's why we have to finish all the DLC. We have to absorb the story. You have to do more research about the story. Age of Wonders 4 now. Age of Wonders 4. Now I pretty much covered and hinted it on the other thing. They did release a new video about diplomacy. They did not do the dev diary because I looked this morning and I didn't see the dev diary. So I don't know if they just forgot to post it or whatever. So that's disappointing. But I watched the video. Diplomacy, I don't know what to say about diplomacy. I didn't notice anything. So you need the Whispering Stone to interact. Oh, the Whispering Stone. Whispering Stone is for the regular villages and stuff like that, not the other players. But the main thing, because I'm coming from Planetfall, they mentioned something about the trade for Age of Wonders 4. Like, it's more realistic and less gamey than in Planetfall, because in Planetfall, you can just do the trade. Okay, they consider this very bad for you or not as good for them. I'll use an example. When I'm trying to get rid of some gases belly, then I usually balance trade offer and then just do the energy. They'll tell me what I want. Then I'll send proposal. And then even I balance it, they don't like it. So I just give them more. Especially this last playthrough, I was playing Assembly. And Assembly, I use Cosmite because Assembly just generates the Cosmite. So I was just generating Cosmite. I had more Cosmite than I had energy just to start off with. And I put a set amount of Cosmite. Fair deal, they don't want to accept it. Didn't put more Cosmite. Bad deal for me. Then the AI don't want to accept that. Usually when it's a bad deal for you, they'll just take advantage of opportunity. Because like, when will this come again? But then sometimes it says bad deal and then they don't accept it, and then you have to give them more, and then they say very bad deal, then they take it, then it's a no-brainer. So it's like, really, you can really buy anything easily. Casus Belli, there's no reason. I don't think there's no anything behind the scenes. Okay, the AI is not thinking I'm about to declare war on them, so I probably shouldn't take the deal no matter what. But the AI is not thinking that. I don't think they need to make it that detailed or anything like that, or if changing that is a big thing. But I'm gonna have to play the game to know more about diplomacy. I learned best by doing, so just watching and hearing them say these things is like, okay, sounds cool. I need to do it myself so I can learn more about it, so I can talk about it more. So that's diplomacy pretty much. I don't think it's not a big thing. They talked about a little about world. See, I get these things confused because they partner with Potato Whiskey. I've heard about that. At first, I didn't know about him until I was watching Spiffing Brit's channel, and then from him, he did a collab. I don't know if it was Civilization. It was Civilization 6 collab where they did a team. I think it's the one where they joined up to, how was it? How did it go? They joined up to do a one city challenge, and he did. No, it wasn't one city challenge, the technology challenge. So he got like all the tech in the game in the ancient era. And how they did it is because there's this one civilization who gets some type of special building that when you build it, you get a free tech, but then you get unbuild it and just keep on redoing it. And then of course you're gonna need, I think, Beowulf or one of the other ones close to him to like have it automatically be built. Anyway, it was crazy. It was crazy. But I heard about him first. So anyway, the part is not important. The important part is that he talked about some different things like faction creation, realm creation, stuff like that. Those are the big things. Realm creation. Realm creation is like, pretty sure that's just you creating a world. It's pretty much the equivalent, but with more detail. So that's nice. The most things I'm excited about is the hero creation and the faction creation. The realm creation, I don't care about creating the world. I focus more on the characters. And since it's predominantly right now, it's mostly role playing, but that's just because it fits the channel description and the channel theme of, hey, use stories to help us out in life or take some interesting information in. But anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover. It's exciting times. Next week I'll have more information about Realm of Thrones, Elder Kings 2, Crusader Kings 3, because I'm going to be looking more into that, see how it develops, because now